Alright, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, we want to begin this video by giving all praises to
YAHAWAH, BAHA, YAHAWASHI, BAHA.
We want to send double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who taught us this truth through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. And we want to say Shalom to all you Akim out there that's pushing the word of YAHAWASHI diligently and truth and in sincerity. Alright, and if you don't know, Yahawah is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world just calls God. YAHAWASHI is his beloved Son, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Alright, and they're the gods of the Bible, they're the gods of the Israelites. Alright, the Israelites today are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those of Negro, Latino, and Native American descent, man. Alright, through your father's lineage. Okay, and Bashem or Kakwadash means in the name of the Holy Spirit. That's just where we draw inspiration from to teach, do videos such as this in order to edify the elect of the nation of Israel out there, and to basically give them warning, okay, concerning the things to come as far as the prophecies of the Bible, okay. And in this lesson, that's exactly what we're going to get into. All right. Just like we did last week, man, because that's the most important thing to do is to prophesy, man. And you can actually hit that Sirach 39:1. All right, that's the main thing we do. If we calling ourselves prophets, we speak on prophecy, man. All right.
So Sirach 39:1, it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof."
Right, when you give yourself to the law of the Most High and you occupy in the meditation thereof, all right, giving yourself over to pretty much the will of the Lord, man. Going into the scriptures and reading the things that are in the scriptures, especially concerning prophecy, man. All right, because like the scriptures say, the spirit of Yahawashi, or the testimony of Yahawashi, is the spirit of prophecy, man. Yahawashi comes in the volume of the book, man. All right. So if you call yourself in the spirit of Yahawashi, you gotta be speaking on prophetic things, man. All right. Read again.
It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy." Right.
So you're supposed to be occupied in prophecy. Okay. That's our occupation. That's our profession. That's our job. That's our duty. All right. That's our lot that the Heavenly Father, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, put us in these last days, man, to fulfill, man. All right. To push His word out to the four corners of the earth. All right. Whether we're on the streets or whether we're on the internet, man. All right. The word of the Lord has to be pushed, man, because the primary goal is that we're trying to get to, all right, is first the destruction of America. All right. And of the eventual setting up of the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be ruled by the Israelites, Yahawashi at the head, and King David, and the elect men, the 144,000 underneath them, man. All right, that's why we push the word, man. That's why we're diligent in that, man. All right, to the best of our ability. All right, it's all about prophecy, man. Okay. So basically, that's what we're going to get into, and in this lesson is going to be surrounding basically the current events that's going on over in Venezuela, okay? Because the way that the Heavenly Father has things going right now is He has America, basically everything going on in America. You know, you look around you, for the most part, everything is civil, everything is peaceful. You know, there's a little skirmishes and, you know, little protests here and there, but for the most part, this place is at peace, man. All right, and everybody's just in their folly. All right, everything is civil and it's calm. But when you look at around the world, everybody outside of America is in chaos, man. All right, you can look at in Europe right now, man. All right, they've been consistent out there in France with those yellow vest protests, man. It's going on 4 months now, man. All right. You know, and that's prophecy in itself, man. All right. Yahawashi said there's going to be uproars of the people. All right. And you got stuff going down in Africa as well. All right. In places like Nigeria and all that. And then you can go to Venezuela, too. Go to South America, Venezuela. And down there, you have our people, which the Venezuelans are Israelites, man, of the Northern Kingdom. Okay, contrary to what you black-only Israelites out there believe, man, the people of South America, the indigenous people of South America, are Israelites, man, and the Venezuelans specifically are from the tribe of Asher. Okay, so the Most High has it to where those Asherites down there are catching holy hell, man. All right, they're catching holy hell, and like I'm saying, the point is the Most High is showing chaos all throughout the world. All right, showing us examples of things that are about to come to America eventually. Okay, so we're basically going to go into pretty much, because what happened recently was the electricity and the lights down in Venezuela went out. Okay, so now the people down in Venezuela are pretty much suffering without, you know, electricity, man. And nowadays, in this technological age that we live in, you need every fucking thing. Every fucking thing runs on electricity, man. All right, by some means, man. Some type of means you need electricity for your everyday things, man. When it comes to, you know, cell phones, you know, concerning the communication, your computers and your cars, Water, yeah, you need water. Yeah, you need water to run. I mean, not water, but you need electricity to run factories and shit, to keep everything, keep businesses up and running. You know, but right now, the power grid was sabotaged, man. All right, so now the people down in Venezuela are suffering, and we know that through the sloppy patterns of the so-called white man, all right, that he's the one that's down there pretty much, that's you know, he's in charge of the bullshit that's going on down there, man. And then the leader, Maduro, he knows that as well, because like we were speaking on it earlier, the so-called white man's getting sloppy in his tactics, man, because this is a time for the devil to be revealed, man. He's being revealed, and his skirt is being lifted, and everybody just knows what he's doing now. And it's just obvious that he's trying to get his foot into that country, man. All right, to take what? Control of what? The resources, man. All right, that's the whole purpose of the so-called white man demonizing the leader over there, Maduro. All right, is to get the people to come up against him so that they can have every right to whatever they plan on doing later, but more than likely invade, all right, and set up some puppet governor down there, which they're already trying to do with that guy Guaido. All right, set up some puppet leader so they'll have a connection to get to those resources. All right.
Banana Republic.
What's that?
A banana republic. That's what that's referred to. Where basically it's you have a fake government ran by all over the world, and this is what America is known for: is going in, destroying, hollowing out all the power structures, and putting in their puppets. They did it to Iran. That's why Iran kicked out the king of or the Shah of Iran. Yep. You know, and that's why Iran hates America's guts to this day.
Yep. So basically, that country right now has been plunged into darkness. Okay, so it's relevant because it's everything that's going on down there is eventually going to come to America, man. The Most High is pretty much just saving this place. He's showing his prophets little samples and little examples of what's about to hit America, man. And we trying to warn our people and let them know, like, look, that ain't just finna just stay down there. That's going to eventually travel up to here, and it's going to happen times 1,000, man, or even worse. Okay, so somebody hit that Revelation 11:8.
This is Revelations 11:8.
Because just read it.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right. So the dead bodies is referring to our people, the Israelites, man, and they're not physically dead. All right, it's just referring to them being spiritually dead because we don't have the words of life within us, man. We don't have the path of instruction, the path of life. We're not living by it, okay? Which is the word of the Most High, man. All right. So we don't know who we are. We don't know that we're Israelites, which basically puts us in a dead state, man.
Yep.
All right. The scriptures say that he that wandereth out of the way of understanding remains in the congregation of the dead, man. All right. You're not living in the sight of the Heavenly Father, especially if you're an Israelite, if you don't have his ways within your mind, man,
Yep.
and living by his ways, man. So you're dead.
Yep.
All right. So those are those dead bodies that scripture is referring to. So read it from the top again.
This is Revelations 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, so it's lying in the great city, which is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, okay? And that great city is referring to America, okay? And it's quite obvious that America is a great city. Everybody wants to come to America. There was even a thought that this place was, the streets were paved with gold and this and that. It's a place, the land of free, the home of the brave. You can come over here and live out your wildest dreams, do whatever you want. You can go to amusement parks and football games, all type of bread and circuses, and just go crazy, man. That's America, you know. It's that great city that the Most High has set up, man. It's Babylon the Great, also, all right? Because America has code names in the Bible, like we always say, man. America is a mystery. It doesn't just say America. It has code names, all right? So this is one of the code names, the great city, and then it mentioned what?
Spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt.
Right, spiritually known because this place takes on the characteristics of those past kingdoms. So it mentions Sodom and Egypt. So Sodom, because Sodomites, we know what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. This place is full of homosexuality, all type of freakism, transgenderism and transvestites and drag queens and pedophilia. All the bullshit that was going on and the freaky bullshit that was going on in Sodom is going on in America today, man. Okay? And then
times 1,000.
Times a trillion. Times a trillion. All right? So it says Sodom and then it said Egypt. Okay? Egypt, like we go into all the time, Egypt, because the so-called white man who is the ruler of this society worships the gods, the ancient gods of the ancient Egyptians, man. All right, and then you can go throughout America and see obelisks. All right, we know about the Egyptians; they worship the obelisks. They set up obelisks all throughout their kingdoms, right? And
back to a dollar bill, you got the pyramid.
Right, in the back of a dollar bill, you got the pyramid, and then all throughout America, you got different pyramid structured buildings, man. Like you can go to Vegas. They got that big ass black pyramid, man. All right.
They have one of those. If I could say something, they also have one of those in Long Beach. You know, I don't know if you guys have ever passed by the 405. You could actually see it south of like Studebaker, like around there in that area. You know, you can actually see it off the 405. It's a big old black pyramid.
And also too, the elites of this country, they actually draw their lineage back to the Egyptians, but not the original Egyptians, but the Ptolemaic Egyptians. Right. Because this is why when you look at the queen, especially the English crown, she's always wearing little bees on her outfits, and this also goes to the presidents. This is why they wear bees on their lapel, because bees signify Egyptian royalty. You know, so that's these devils. They not only do they show it physically in the world, but they do it through their spiritual incantations. Whenever any president gets inaugurated, he goes right to the under the Capitol building, under the dome, which represents the womb of Osiris, and across from the Capitol, there's the obelisk, like the brother said, the Washington Monument, and they invoke a ritual known as the rising of Osiris rising, which is basically the rebirth of Nimrod, and they invoke in that president the spirit of Nimrod, or ultimately who was the original king of Egypt. So these people are spiritually the Egyptians, man.
Spiritually, there you go. Beautiful. And also, it ain't even just in America either, man. You can go to France, and I forget what the thing is called, but it's basically like a big ass glass pyramid. It's in
it's the Louvre.
Paris.
It's the Louvre, right? And it has 666 panes. And the guy, and I forgot his name. I think his name's Ian Pei, the architect in there. He always is really coy and fucking lies about it when they ask him, "Are there really 666 panes?" And you dumb idiots don't even fucking believe him when he says, "No, it's not." And little gook and shit fucking is doing exactly what his masters are doing, man. You guys are just idiots if you don't see this shit, man.
And I brought up France because France is a part of the 7 heads and 10 horns, man. Right. It's basically one of the kingdoms of the Edomites, man. And then also they have the Eiffel Tower out there, which is nothing but another penis, man, another obelisk. All right?
Exactly.
So there you go, man. That's all the evidence to know that this place and wherever the Edomites are ruling from they're the spiritual Egyptians, all right?
Yep.
So this place is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, okay?
Yep.
But the main thing is that I wanted to tackle here is because also the Heavenly Father is about to bring back to this place all the plagues that he brought upon Egypt, man.
Yep.
Okay? Now, let me see. Somebody get 2nd Ezra 15 and 11.
2nd Ezra 15 and 11.
Yeah.
It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues, and before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
Yeah, the Lord said he was going to smite Egypt with plagues as before. All right. Now, this ain't talking about ancient Egypt, okay? The Most High ain't finna smite Egypt over there in Africa with plagues as before, man. All right, we mentioned that great city, which was America, is spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. All right, and it's also known as Egypt, just as another point, because this is the place of our slavery, man, where the Israelites are serving in their captivity. Okay, but it said the Lord was going to smite Egypt, which is America, okay, with plagues as before. Okay, and when you go into the history, the Most High smote Egypt with I think it was 10 plagues, man. All right, basically because the king of Egypt, all right, didn't want to give up his slaves, man. Didn't want to give up the Israelites. All right, when Moses was trying to tell him, like, look, we need to go serve our power. You need to let us go, man. All right, and he didn't want to let us go. So the Most High was trying to basically humble the king down. All right, trying to show his power. Okay.
You know, that's actually happening today too. See, because even though they're not physically letting us go, they're physically suppressing this information, right? Because it's very obvious that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians are the Israelites, man. When you get into history, man, it is not like something that cannot be proven, but it is constantly made fun of. It is constantly buried. It is they constantly go in and they buy out these sellout Israelites out there who all of a sudden, once they fall out, they start teaching Babylon the great as the Vatican and that, you know, the nukes aren't in the Bible. You know, that's how the modern day Egyptians are not letting us go. They're not letting us come back to our true heritage.
Yep, exactly. Read that again, verse 11.
It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
Now we'll get the scripture later because we're going to go into the book of Exodus and basically just read that plague. But the main plague that we're going to tackle here, all right, is the plague of darkness. All right, the plague of darkness that the Heavenly Father brought upon Egypt, man. All right. So the Lord said he was going to smite Egypt with plagues, all right, and one of those plagues was darkness, man. All right. Go ahead, read verse 12.
"Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it."
There you go. So that's the point. So the Most High is going to smite this land again, the land of America, with darkness, man. Okay, and the way that he's going to do it in this time, contrary to how he did it back then, was basically with an EMP, man. Okay, with something called an EMP, which stands for an electromagnetic pulse. Okay. Well, Brother Shaw, first, can you hit that Amos 5?
This is Amos 5 and 18.
Because the Most High is pretty much like it tell you in 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. He's finna bring all type of just destruction and misery to the land of America for their pride, man. All right, for all the prideful ass Americans out here, man. All right, who want to disregard the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. Pretty much say that the Bible is irrelevant. All right, the Bible ain't progressive. All right, we need to be progressive. So we got to move past that. That's old, okay? When the Lord clearly said, "Seek ye the old paths," man. All right. So the Bible is this, the Bible is that, but the Bible is very relevant to these times because everything written in the scriptures is about to happen, man. All right.
This is Amos 5 and 18, which reads, it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahawah. To what end is it for you?
Go ahead.
the day of Yahawah is darkness and not light.
Yeah, the day of Yahawah by YAHAWASHI is darkness and not light, man. All right. So the Most High, again, he's about to smite Egypt with darkness, man. All right. And in Egypt, the darkness don't just stop with actual physical darkness, man. The Most High is also about to bring a lot of confusion and disarray. There's going to be a lack of knowledge and wisdom, all right, and understanding, all right, because the knowledge and wisdom, you only of the times that you're living in, all right, and of the judgment that's about to come, you can only get that information from the prophets right now, man. All right, we're the ones that's explaining to our people, all right, the things that's about to go down. Let me just get the darkness and the etymology. It says in absence of light. Okay, so there's going to be an absence of light out here in America pretty soon, man. When the Most High puts the spirit on his weapon, which is a so-called white man, to unleash that EMP, man. Okay. It says in absence of light. All right. It says darkness. It says sinfulness, wickedness. Yeah. And that's the whole reason why the Most High is even bringing this EMP, man. He's bringing these great miseries to Egypt, man. It's because of the sinfulness, man. It's because of the wickedness, man. Homosexuality, like we mentioned earlier, homosexuality, man. Abortion clinics, all right. Feminism, women usurping authority over a man, all right. Transgenders, GMO food, all right. Chemtrails, all right. So-called white man being a damn hypocrite with the Bible, all right. You know, this is all some of the wickedness, all right. Especially, you know, the so-called white man smiting the apple of the Heavenly Father's eye, which is his people, Israel, all right, putting us in slavery, all right, putting us in under these back-breaking jobs and paying us pennies, man, you know, or not even paying us at all right. The so-called white man, this society is about to be destroyed for its wickedness, man. All right. So we're going to continue on. It says obscurity. It says secrecy, concealment, and that kind of goes on to what the brother was saying earlier, man. Just the overall absence of us, of confusion, and just us not knowing who we are as a people, man. All right, not knowing that we're Israelites, man. Being in this state of confusion, calling us, you know, calling us Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, man. All right, him calling us by those bywords. All right, that's a bunch of confusion, man. All right, that ain't the titles that the Lord put upon us, man. All right. All right, it says secrecy, concealment. It says also blindness, physical, mental, or spiritual. Okay. Physical, mental, or spiritual, man. So it's gonna be spiritual and mental darkness out here too. Meaning people gonna be in a state of bewilderment, like what's going on? They ain't gonna have no hope when the lights go out, man. And these people get their shit taken up. When you know people depend on their phones, man. Especially you dumbass women, man. All right, people depend on their iPads and their Galaxy Tab S4s and their Windows XP, iPhone, whatever the fuck, you know, they love their brand new cars, all right? And a lot of these cars nowadays, they are, a lot of these cars got they're electrical, man. You got electrical cars, you know, cars that run strictly on electricity, man, you know? So, you know, and you people depend on those things, man. And real soon, the Most High is about to just take all that shit away in one swoop, man. All right, when he drops this EMP, man. Are you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, before these things go down, that's why we're out here giving our people warning. You know, we're letting you people, you know, because we're saying everything before time. Right. We see the things that are coming. That way you guys don't get caught, basically unaware. Because that's what a prophet does. You know, he sent forth to let his people know, you know, that it's not too late to turn back to the Lord, but most of all to get right before these things come to hand. And that day of darkness, because there's going to be a time of darkness that's going to come, people are going to actually seek the light, and there's going to be a famine of the word. You know, famine. You know, if I could get that, can I pull that up?
Yeah, pull it. Go ahead. This is
Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahawah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it.
And shall not find it. All right? You're going to be mentally and spiritually darkened, man.
Yeah.
All right? There ain't going to be no answers out here. The Most High going to spiritually shut the doors of this ark, man. Of the brotherhood, man. All right? And there ain't going to be no understanding as to what the fuck is going on, man. Like, what's going on? Like I said, you people ain't going to have no hope, man. All right? Everything is just going to be just darkened, man. All right? Spiritually, mentally, physically. Okay?
That's already starting to happen, man, because that's why right now there's a stop of bringing anybody into GMS, right? You know, so it says the apostles. So that just shows right there these mercy doors are starting to close, man. So times are coming close.
That's right. That's right. Was that it on that?
Yeah, that was it on there.
All right. Read that Amos 5 again.
This is Amos 5:18. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. To what end is it for you? The day of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI is darkness and not light." And keep reading.
Yeah, but that was pretty much the point, you know. So basically, it's just gonna be a day of just darkness and evil out here, man. The Most High is about to smite this place. He's about to tear this place down, man. All right. Now I'm gonna just pretty much go into the definition of an EMP, so our people can, you know, just for our people's edification, you know, like that group for our people's edification. I'm gonna just read the definition of an EMP, and this is from lifehacker.com. It says, what is an EMP? An EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse, which is considered a short burst of electromagnetic radiation. This kind of burst can come from a variety of sources, including our own sun, but in this case we're talking about a pulse from a nuclear detonation that occurs at an extremely high altitude. Okay, now this could definitely be a part of that so-called terrorist attack that Esau is planning to bring. Okay, when they're trying to live out that same order out of chaos, you know, this is a part of it.
False flag.
Right, the false flags is a part of it. You know, right, a false flag terrorist attack, man. They doing it themselves, but they'll blame it on somebody else, and you never know. They could blame it on Maduro, you know, because Maduro's already saying, oh, it's the U.S., you know, and then they could turn around and use that against him, you know, or, you know, and say, oh, he's just trying to retaliate, you know, or, you know, you never know what the Lord's going to do, man. But, let me see. It says, but in this case, we're talking about a pulse from a nuclear detonation that occurs at an extremely high altitude. Now, I'm going to go into basically what the EMP can do. It says what it can do. It says EMP bombs do not cause casualties directly. All right, so they're not meant to actually physically harm people, but them being actually detonated could bring about some type of harm. All right, and I'm going to keep reading it. The blast happens much too far away from people. It says their power comes from interfering, disrupting, or damaging electronic equipment. Okay? Now you see, I'll keep reading it real quick. It says that could mean power grids going down, cars and planes losing power, computer systems going berserk, and possibly even losing emergency backup power at facilities like hospitals. Okay? And we're clearly seeing that right now over in Venezuela. All right, somebody, you know, sabotaged the power grid. You know, more than likely it was an EMP, and now the whole now Venezuela has been plunged into darkness, man. And now you look on certain sites like RT, they're bringing it out.
Yep.
How these hospitals are in darkness, they can't keep people alive. You know, old people have already died. I forget the number they said. I think they said like 10 people. All right, because a lot of you older people, they're running off of their what's the machine called?
Respirator.
Yeah.
Right, the respirator machines.
Dialysis machines.
Yeah, the respirator machines, and with that EMP got dropped, it affected those machines, man. So them people pretty much, you know, the Most High took their spirit out of their bodies, man, because they were relying on those electricity ran machines to keep them alive, man. All right. So that's in hospitals, and then we saw the video of the baby and shit. You know, the whole hospital was in darkness. They had to do shit by hand, pretty much, man.
Little incubator and stuff like that, man.
Right.
So.
Right. So yeah, the lights went out. Now you got people fucking looting all out there. All right, people just, like I said, people dying in hospitals. The elderly is losing their lives because they're running off those machines, you know. And
Want to say article?
Yeah. Baba Shaw, yeah, you can bring that article out.
And real quick, and just like this brother says, see, the EMP isn't meant to destroy people, man, because a nuclear weapon exploded in the atmosphere, or basically bringing down an electrical grid, is that right there is going to spread death quickly through things like this. You see, Venezuela, because all electricity went out, they didn't have energy to turn on the water pumps or any of that stuff. That were the only way that the government could get water to its people dying of thirst was to release reservoir waters through the sewage pipes. Now, so they're not necessarily drinking dirty, shit water, but all that water is going through the sewage pipes, which shit does literally go through, right? And that is how plagues are going to get spread. But let me go ahead and read the article. This is Venezuelans' turn to drinking sewer water amid blackouts. Despite desperate Venezuelans were forced to turn to filthy sewage drains and polluted rivers as the country's nearly week-long power outage left many without water. I've never even seen this before. It's horrible, horrible, said Lilibeth Tejidor, 28, one of the dozens who flocked to a drain pipe that runs into a river carrying sewage through the Venezuelan capital, Caracas, Reuters reported.
See, you people out here, like we're saying, this is coming to America. You're dependent on these things, man.
Yep.
You're dependent on the electricity being up and run, man.
Right.
So it's like, and then you people outside of the electricity, you don't know how to survive, man.
Yep.
All right. So you ain't gonna know what the hell to do when shit gets shut down, man.
Right. And this next part is critical right here. Let me continue. It says the ones that are most affected are the children, because how do you tell a child that there's no water, said Trejo, the mother of a 2-year-old, as she filled a 4-gallon plastic container to take to her San Agustin neighborhood. People collecting water from the pipe said it had been released from the reservoirs by local authorities, but was so dirty it could only be used to flush toilets and wash floors. You see, so this is just a hallmark to what's coming here, man. You see, because there's no rivers anymore, man. And the little rivers that there are there, they're going to be flooded with tons of people already going there, man. And you're going to have a government, being the devil that they are, they're going to be cordoning off these reservoirs, man. So it's going to be, you're going to be lucky if you even know where the sewage drainage pipes are, man.
Exactly. And you people don't know, man. You're careless. People of America are totally just careless, man. You don't search things out. You're just completely reliant on your government, man. All right, and it's your government that's finna stage all of this shit that's about to come, this EMP, and pretty much take you out of that comfort zone that you in, man.
Can I say something, Mark?
Go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing that, that the way he's created this whole system is he has everything running on meters. Whether it's gas, water, or fuel, everything's metered out. Whenever, they shut down the water, it's basically just a meter. So if they take out all that electrical stuff, and there's a reason why they don't let you have wells, because they need you to rely on them to get all these resources from them. There's a reason why you can't go and get your own natural gas, or you can't, they have you running on their kind of fossil fuels. On whatever it is, you rely on them for everything.
You can't even collect rainwater, man.
Yeah.
I
think you get fined for that. There's a fine for collecting. If they find out that you're actually collecting rainwater, they could actually fine you for that. Which that comes from the sky. They're even trying to get you for that. So they make you.
Damn.
Yeah, they make you rely, and of course they have satellites. They have their eye in the sky where they watch who's got what. They know who has what. But the whole point is they have made this whole livable, or this whole society that we live in dependent on them, and they're going to be the ones to bring it down at the same time. And they know how to hit people where it hurts. That's why you got all these preppers that keep coming out and they're finding these alternatives to not relying on the system. You know, but either way, the ones who are caught in the cities are pretty much fucked.
Yeah, and a lot of those preppers too, they're already out in the outskirts. You're already noticing, man. They're buying out lands and plots out there, like in the forested areas. But they're gonna be screwed because you see those preppers, they're gonna be, and they actually know this too. That's why they're armed to the teeth, man. But they know that the city dwellers are gonna start going out into the countrysides, man. Because that's ultimately because these cities are death, and that's why they're trying to bring right now. It's an agenda brought in through the UN, which ultimately was the Rex Alfred Plan, which got turned into the what's now called the Sustainable Living Plan, which is where they're going to bring everybody into the cities. That's why they're building these mega apartments, because they want to bring everybody in there to control them. That way, eventually, they're not going to let you get out of the cities, man. But the few people that are going to go to the cities, they're going to go to the forest areas. They're going to go to the places where they went and poured concrete that one time for these rich white people, or they went and set up these stables for these people, or they dug a well. But again, they're only going to be met by fucking armed Edomites who are going to fucking be ready to battle and shit like that. So that's the future that's coming.
Yep. And the scriptures say if you flee out there, you still going to die too. You're going to die of hunger too, man. And you're going to die of thirst, man. The scriptures say you're going to be drinking your own blood out there, man.
Yep.
You know? So there's no escape, man. There's no escape for this up and coming judgment, man. All right? Oh, we're going to say something else? Okay. All right, somebody because we're going to go back to basically the account that's written about Egypt being plunged into darkness, man. Ancient Egypt, man. All right, so somebody get Exodus 10 and 21.
I have them right there.
Perfect.
This is Exodus chapter 10, verse 21, which reads, it says, And Yahawah said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
Stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, man. All right? So it's not going to occur the same way it did back then, though. This way, like I said earlier, the Most High is going to have it to where this devil is going launch that EMP, man. All right? And plunge this place into darkness. Plunge Egypt into darkness. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, even darkness which may be felt.
Ooh, it said even darkness which may be felt, man. And hey, that's very, very, very thick darkness, man. It's almost a physical. It's like a plasma. You know, the place is so fucking dark you can feel it, man. You know, that's crazy as hell, man. And that's coming back to this place as well, man. Times 1,000, man. And you can get Wisdom of Solomon 17. And basically, Wisdom of Solomon 17 chapter, it just backs up what we just read in Exodus 10. Okay, going into the details of how these Egyptians, man, they were terrified when the Heavenly Father brought that darkness, man. It wasn't just darkness to where they couldn't see, man. All right, it wasn't just darkness to where you would light a candle and you couldn't see in front of you, man. All right, it was other shit going on beside the darkness, man. Besides just the sheer terror of shit being dark, man. All right, and then honestly, hey, even you be a grown ass man, you walk into the house, it's kind of eerie, man.
Heck yeah.
You know, when you walk into a house, it's dark, man. You know, it's just that eerie feeling, man. It's like you just ready to find the light somewhere, man. You know.
And you know how you can find this feeling right now? Right now, search your memory when you've gone through a power outage and all the lights go out and everything just goes poof, right? And it's like absolute quiet. It's so quiet that it's deafening. That's what you're going to be experiencing, man. The ringing that you're going to be hearing is going to be the ringing in your ears from the silence of no electrical radiation bombarding it.
Right.
That shit's going to just fuck you up.
Freak people the fuck out,
Heck
man.
yeah. People are going to be watching all these scary ass movies, and that's going to fuck you people up in that day who go out and watch all those scary movies and invoke all those demons in your ass, man. You're going to be thinking demons are going to be all over the place, and then especially when this brother reads Wisdom of Solomon, you're going to see exactly what's going to be happening.
Exactly, man. And just read it, bro. Read it, shit.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 1. For great are the judgments and cannot be expressed.
Great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed, man. The scripture saying Psalms that the Lord Yahawah is a terrible power, man. All right, and He will. If you afraid of the dark, man, you through. The Lord He's about to bring terror to this land, man. He's about to scare the shit out of people, man.
Woo-wee.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, scripture also says, you know, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. But who can deliver thee? You know, when there's, I believe, you know, I'm roughly paraphrasing, I hope I didn't butcher that script, but you know, who can deliver thee when he has you in his grip? You know, so he knows how to really twist you up.
He knows your worst fears, man. Go ahead.
It says, for great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation.
Yeah, the Egyptians, because this is referring to the Egyptians. All right, those are those unholy men. What is that? Hold on. I mean, unrighteous men that oppress the holy nation, the Israelites. Okay, go ahead.
It says, for when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness.
The prisoners of darkness. Go ahead.
And fettered with the bonds of a long night, lay there exiled from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions.
Man. They were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, man. Ah, damn, it's just so dark that you just can't see nothing, man. Nothing around you was be able to see, man. You couldn't even see your hand in front of your face, man. No matter how close you put it, man. You know?
Hey, if I can say, if you've ever been in the dark or like the power ever went out, you go into a room. When you go in, you put your hand out in front and your foot, and you try not to walk into things, you know. But when that happens, that's not a very comfortable feeling. That's you don't know what you're gonna run into, you know. That's a very uncomfortable feeling.
Hey, when I was a little kid, my grandparents had they lived in LA, and they had 7 bedrooms and they had 7 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, and downstairs in the front room was always dark. Right. And every time we run downstairs, my grandma was like, "Go down and give me something to drink." So we run downstairs, go downstairs, and hey, come with me, come with me. Right, come with me. No, you go by yourself. That's how it felt, man.
Getting out of there quick as heck, too.
Yeah. Slipping, breaking your bones and stuff.
I like that, man.
Yeah, but how much more when there's strange apparitions? You know, that's the other thing. Right. It says strange apparitions. As it is, this place is infested with demons. You know, this place is like, you know what I'm saying, is the main spot where they conjure up demons, because witchcraft is pushed on so heavily here. But in that day, you're really gonna be able to see it manifest, you know, right before, or be able to hear it around you.
Hear it. Yep,
you know, and those apparitions aren't gonna go away because they've already been conjured up. You know, they're already here. And that's why this place, this country is like one of the most haunted countries. You know, this and anywhere Edomites dwell, basically, you know. But this has got to be like one of the places that's most haunted, you know. And how much more on that day. But, were you going to say something?
I was just going to say, and that's another reason why these Edomites just got to fucking go, man. You know, I see, you know, online, just going through memes on ImageGur or whatever. Man, these Edomites, it's in their spirit, man, to fucking make fun of showing little kids drawing pentagrams and stuff and being like, oh, I found my kids at the right school. Man, these people are naturally devils that want to play with these demons, want to play with these spiritual realms. And that's just going to come and bite them in their ass and stuff like that because of the scripture right here.
Yeah, people use Ouija boards.
Yeah,
people use Ouija boards, man.
Conjuring
up demons, man. You know? Or anything, when you're a homosexual, you conjuring up demons, man. You know, you eating pork, that's a demon. It's a demon that's out there, man. It's just, it's a satanic spirit that's just infested in this place, man. That's why the scripture's saying, Micah, this place is polluted, man. It's spiritually polluted and physically polluted, man.
And like this place uses so much drugs and all that's witchcraft. All that pollutes the air. Any type of smoke that they're blowing up, whether it be like crack, heroin, you know, meth, you know, whatever it is, all that stuff is just, it's a big old stew in the air, and all that shit is just it's fermentating in the air. And like the brother was saying, this place, when you go to downtown LA, man, we don't get a whiff of that. You know, we don't get slapped with like whiffs of like just people smoking bud. You don't know what the hell they're smoking. Sometimes you don't, you know, they be burning whatever, you know, whatever, all kinds of things.
Look at PCP and
Angel dust.
Angel dust, exactly.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, and all that puts demons up in the air too, because that's an actual. They're actually, when they do that, they're actually bringing on an enchantment on them, and when they're off that enchantment, that spirit's still up. Yep. You know, it's still up. It's just looking for a host to fucking get back on. Right. That's all it is.
And then besides these damn fucking demons and apparitions, you're just gonna have people fucking crazy, man, because people have already been programmed and they don't even know it. What do you think all these purge movies were for, man? Right. You know, people already at the end of their ropes, man, being pissed off with the system that's thrown them off fucking a long time ago, being pissed off seeing that, you know, there was that one Edomite who fucking killed 3 people with her car. She's gonna get fucking like 36 months probation, right? And even though there's a fucking sodomite, you know, I don't give a fuck about him, but they, what, 16 counts of felonies but just for lying, and they're gonna give him fucking 64 years? You know, praise the Lord, the shit that Jesse Smollett's gonna fucking get that shit. But still, just the difference in the judicial system, man. People are ready to fucking go crazy, man. Yeah. So in that day, man, you're gonna have these apparitions. You're gonna have these people fucking out there thinking that they're demons because they're infested with demons, going out there wanting to fucking scare the shit out of people, and that's gonna fucking escalate to fucking real people getting pissed off and fighting back, and it's just gonna be nuts.
Yep.
So
you got niggas that go to church. That's a demon. Niggas got Jesus Christ demons. You know.
Having Christ.
And then on top of that, Jake is gonna be out here. Jake is gonna be out here, man, and trying to raid and you know, raiding Edomite houses, man. You know, it's gonna be all type of shit going on. You know, when these lights go out, man.
And let Jake get a hold of those guns and those Edomite houses, man. That shit's gonna be done for, man. Martial law is gonna be fucking come in quickly after that, man.
It says they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. For neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down.
So the Lord was plaguing them with noises, man. So imagine you being in this thick ass darkness, and then you just sitting there. Hey, hold it down, brother. So imagine you just being in there in this thick ass darkness, and then you just hearing just all these crazy ass noises around you, man. Like I said, you all of a sudden you just hear whoosh, just a big ass wow, the noise of a bunch of water from a waterfall, man. You know, you just sitting there and it's quiet, and then all of a sudden you hear that, man. You gonna bug the hell out, man. You gonna think it's right there next to you, man. You gonna think it's there, man. And that man, that'll cause heart attacks, man. All right, that'll cause you to just faint the fuck out, man. All right.
It said in scripture that men are gonna scream like women.
Yeah. It said men's hearts failing.
Yeah, right. In that day, Egypt shall be like women. You know.
It says, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. No power of the fire might give them light.
Woo! No power of the fire might give them light, man. You know, and in America, man, like they usually show that real famous image of like it's like a bird's eye view of the continent of America, and then you see all these lights, man. It's just all these lights, just filled up with light. America's full of lights and electricity, man. You know, but the Most High, He's gonna drop that EMP in this place. It's literally gonna be pitch. It's gonna be pitch black, man. Just like when we was coming out the wilderness, man. The only light that we had was the moon and the pillar of fire by night from the chariots, man. All right, that's the only source of light we had. All right, and it's gonna be just like that in the days to come here in America, man. Dark as fuck, pitch black, man. All right. Read that part again.
It says, no power of the fire might give them light.
Right. So yeah. So you might try to light a candle, man, somewhere, and you might not even be able to see the light right in front of you. All right. Because like I said, it was a thick darkness, man. That like it was felt almost like if it was a smoke or like a real thick black smoke. You know. Or
a black cloud just being down here. You know, like you know, as it is when it gets foggy. you can't really see in front of you when you're driving.
Right.
And I just, that just came to my mind. And if there was a black fog, that shit would be horrible. Or when there was actually these fires and it got so bad that all the ash and all the smoke, you can't really see in front of you, even if you got the damn fucking lights on,
Yep. Crazy.
It says, no power of the fire might give them light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night.
So you ain't even gonna be able to rely on the moon like that, man. All right, because scriptures say how it's gonna be all type of shit going on, buildings burning and all type of shit, and the smoke and all of that is gonna be filling the skies too, man. It's gonna block out the light from the moon, man. All right, and the Most High might have it to where just the moon itself just won't give as much light, man. All right, and you ain't gonna be able to rely on the stars at night, nothing, man, nothing.
Cloudy as nights.
Right, a cloudy night. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified. They thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not.
Man. Yeah, exactly, man. The shit that just popped up right in front of you, man. All right, the noises, they heard the noises, but the shit that was just spontaneously happening right in front of them, man, like a fire just kindling by itself, man. That's creepy as hell, Imagine just being in pitch black darkness and just seeing a couple pairs of eyes just coming at your ass, man. A couple pairs of just red, fiery eyes, man, That's the type of shit that's coming, man, all right? Go ahead.
It says, Salakia, it says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified. They thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. As for the illusions of art, magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at.
Yeah, worthy to be laughed at, man. All right? And the scriptures talk about how in Proverbs, the 1st chapter, the Most High is going to laugh when your calamities come, man. All right? But the way that the Lord is going to be laughing at you is through his prophets, man. Because we're going to be good to go, man. We're going to have light. Because like it tells you, when the Passover was happening, that the children of Israel, all right, the children of Israel, they had light. I believe it's going to say it in this chapter, but it might be in Exodus. I don't know where it is exactly, but it tells you how when everybody else was in darkness, the children of Israel, we was over here just chilling, man. We had light, we had comfort, we had light, man, and it's going to be the same thing in these times, man. When everybody else is getting fucked up and being terrified at the plagues, the elect, man, the Most High is going to be with his elect, man. And we're going to be good, man. Because we were serving the Lord in sincerity and truth, man. All right? Yeah. We was uplifting the word when it wasn't popular, man. All right? We was standing by the Lord, like it tells you, we stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, man. Yep. All right? We fought for the Lord, so he's going to fight for us in the times to come. Yep. All right?
And can I point something out, Art? Can you read that part where it says art magic and read down?
Yes.
Get that real quick?
It says, verse 7, as for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace.
So you see, they're wanting. See, what's going to happen in this time when all that darkness is going to come upon the earth, everybody's going to know that there's going to be some spiritual, crazy shit going on. And people are going to be going to the local witch doctors to go get limpias or whatever, try to get some sort of like good tonic or some sort of like spell, or they're going to be going to the people who they believe are like they're spiritual leaders, right? These people who do kemet, the witch doctors, the brujerias. And like he says, the art magic's going to be put down. The Lord's going to be, he's going to tell all the demons to no longer pay attention to them and to now plague all these people, man. And continue reading on, it's going to say they're going to get fucked up.
Yeah, it says they're going to be, it says their wisdom was reproved with disgrace. So they're going to be put to shame. Right. And I'm going to continue on.
Telling people to put fucking eggs under their bed and shit, fucking turn around 10 times. Yeah. That's just going to be folly in that day, man. Because the only people, like this brother says, the only people who are going to have the true light are going to be the Israelites who have studied the true light of wisdom, man. The word of the Lord, the breath of life.
The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
Yep.
The stability of your times, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, for they that promise to drive away terrors and troubles from sick soul were sick themselves of fear worthy to be laughed at.
Yep. Like that witch of Endor and stuff like that, man. When Saul went to go try to get her to do incantations to bring Samuel the prophet back, man, you know, people, they're gonna be scared to even do anything like that in those days, man, because they're gonna know that their powers have gone. And people are gonna be like, look, I'm gonna give you tons of money, just do this. You know, take care of this, get these demons off of my kids, you know, get them out of my house. They'd be like, no, I don't want to do that shit, man. But, you know, it's going to come back and bite you fucking Israelites in the ass and shit.
Yeah, in the time of Moses, when Moses and Aaron, you know, when they went up, you know, Pharaoh had his witches, you know, try to explain and try to break down the things that were happening when they turned the river to blood. You know, they were like, oh, you know, they couldn't, there was nothing they could do, you know, to undo what was happening at that time. You know, so they were put to shame at that time. And these were high-level witches because that empire was at the height of its time. Right. You know, because their witchcraft was so good that they had to, Aaron and Moses had to bring the power from the right-hand side and show them that that was the real power, the real hand of God to come, you know? And because this left-hand power, it's actually real. It really works.
And that comes from Yahawah, man. He's in control of both sides, man. So the Most High put a limit on them. You know, he told them demons to chill out and, you know, showed who, like the brother just said, showed who the real power is, man. The right hand power, man.
Yeah, and real quick too, it's not just going to be like these brujarias, but it's going to be these scientists who are fucking around with this high science, which really it's witchcraft. Also, you're also going to have all these illuminists, these Freemasons, who are going to be trying to do this stuff. They're also going to be the ones who fall under that script. Go for it, Rock.
It says, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scarred with beasts. Oh, Salakia. It says, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that pass by and hissing of serpents.
Woo! So, hey, you can hear water and shit beside you, or you can hear beasts here. Imagine hearing a fucking lion just walk. You can hear it just growling, just you know, just right by you and shit, man. That's scary as fuck, man.
Feel that vibration in your chest. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you gonna feel it, man. Or you gonna hear that serpent, man, hissing next to you, man. All right.
Jumping up on fucking chairs and everything.
Gonna hear it getting closer and closer. You might hear it from afar, and we'll hear it closer and get closer and closer to you. You know.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
It says they did that was Salakia. They died for fear.
They died for fear, man. So a lot of you people out here, you're just gonna drop dead from the sheer terror alone, man. All right. You ain't even gonna be touched, man. You just gonna be hearing shit. All right. You gonna be hearing shit. You gonna be seeing shit. You just having a heart attack, man. Dropping dead right where you stand, man. Boom, spirit gone. You know.
Hey, brother, got a precept? You got it, or you want me to get it?
You can get it.
This is Luke 21 and 26. It says, man's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, there you go. That lines up perfectly. It's, you know, pretty much saying the same thing, man. All right, people, you just gonna be dropping dead from the sheer terror alone, from fear, man. You know, you gotta be like really scared of something. You know, really being in fear of something to just drop dead from it, man.
With your cardiac arrest. Man.
Right. It's scared the shit out of you, man.
That's going into shock and having a heart attack. Right. You know, it's just that would be that's because when that happens, sometimes your whole body will cramp up. And then you lock up. I don't know if you've ever seen when a billy goat gets scared. What happens? Right. Yeah, what happens?
And just falls.
Yeah, they lock up and just tip over.
Those fainting goats.
Yeah. And it says it says they died for fear, denying that they saw the error which could of no side be avoided, for wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasted grievous things.
Yeah, so when you play with wickedness, man, all right, when you play with witchcraft and wickedness and all that shit, man, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass, man. All right, it's just kind of a you reap what you sow type of thing, man. All right, And like we were saying earlier, these Egyptians were high-level witches, man.
Yep.
All right? So basically, they just got their judgment, man, for playing around with the left-hand side. All right? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the how do you say that word? Succors, the water, bro, which reason offereth, and the expectation from within being less, counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. But they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell.
Yeah, they couldn't even sleep at night, man. It was impossible for them to sleep. You know, the Most High was just really just plaguing them, man, all night, man. You can't sleep at all. All right, for hours and hours and hours, man. All right?
It says, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions.
Go ahead.
And partly fainted, their heart failing them, for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them. So then whosoever there fell down was straitly kept shut up in a prison without iron bars. For whether he were husbandman or shepherd or a laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured that the necessity which could not be avoided, for they were all bound with one chain of darkness.
Go ahead.
Whether it were whistling wind or melody noises of birds among the spreading branches, or a pleasing fall of water running violently,
Go ahead.
or a terrible sound of stones cast down, or a running that could not be seen of skipping beasts,
Damn, go ahead.
or a roaring voice of most savage wild beasts.
Yeah, the Most High is also bringing newly created creatures too, man.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to be hearing shit that you like, what the fuck type of animal is that? I ain't never heard that before, you know?
Yep.
Most High is going to bring those things too, man. All right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then, like, yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard, like, when a stampede comes through, like when you hear beasts, and then, like, if it's by a canyon, you can hear, you know, it starts to shake up the rocks. It sounds like an earthquake is coming, but all kinds of things are coming, you know? Like, it just sounds like power just coming toward your way, you know? But that's not something you would want to be around in complete darkness, to hear something powerful like that around you. Like that shit would shake you up because you don't know what's coming.
Also, Esau, he's splicing the DNA, he mixing human DNA with these animals. So imagine seeing a bunch of Bigfoots just going through the city.
Ooh, man.
Yeah.
A bunch of
10-foot as giant Bigfoot.
Damn, a bunch of
Eating
Bigfoots.
people, yeah.
Man, I hope that happens, man. I hope that happens.
And it did say that in verse, you know, monstrous apparitions.
Right.
You know, like the brother was saying. It says,
animals too, because
it says, whether it were a whistling wind or melody noises of birds among the spreading branches, or pleasing fall of water running violently, or of terrible sound of stones cast down, or a running that could not be seen of skipping beasts, or a roaring voice of savage wild beasts. Oh, was it? Skipping beast, yeah. Or a roaring voice of savage wild beasts, or a rebounding echo from the hollow mountains. These things made them to swoon for fear, for the whole world shined with clear light, and none were hindered in their labor. Over them only was spread a heavy night, an image of that darkness which should afterwards receive them, but yet were they unto themselves more grievous than the darkness.
Yep. Hey, so that was it on that, man. So the Most High, he brought hell on those Egyptians, man. All right? And you Americans, guess what? You're the modern day Egyptians, man. All right? And this society has been plunged into complete wickedness, man. All right? The level of wickedness and witchcraft is at an all-time high, man. The sins of this place have reached unto the heavens, man. All right? And the Lord is about to destroy this place from off the face of the earth, man. But first, he's going to scare the shit out of a lot of people, man. All right? He's going to terrify people, man. All right? Along with the martial law, along with famine and you know, the economic collapse and all of that stuff, man. All right? I was just going to say, just as he brought, like we read earlier in 2 Ezra 15, man, he going to bring back all the plagues of Egypt back on America, man, plus some, okay? So yes, you have.
That's not a precept.
Okay, go ahead.
Back on what the brother's saying. Daniel 12:1, it says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book."
Right, that's right. So Michael's gonna be here to protect his elect, man, from all the troubles that we may get ourselves into, man. All right. No, I was gonna say, and also like it said, it's gonna be a time like none other, man.
Yeah.
All right. The Most High, he's about to outdo himself, man. He's bringing everything, man. Like I say all the time, he's bringing a tidal wave of judgment, man. The Most High he's far out, man, and he's full of surprises, man. All right. And so he's about to bring the whole shebang upon you rebellious ass, wicked ass 2/3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Bring your worst fears upon you, man, as well as you good for nothing heathens, man.
I was gonna say something too, cause it's gonna be the last of wickedness. So the Most High, he's gonna bring out everything, cause after that it's gonna be nothing but peace and amazement for us Israelites, And Most High is a Jake, So you know what Jake does at the last quarter of a game, he go all out, he show off, That same thing applies to the Most High.
Yeah, creativity is gonna soar, man. The imagination, the mind of the Most High is far above our thoughts, man. All right, that's why it's so important to do as much as you can to prepare your spirit, man.
Really, man.
Prepare your spirit for what's about to come, man. Because this shit is about to happen. We talking about it now, but it can happen tomorrow, man. So you gotta just
stay ready.
You gotta stay ready, man. All right, and keep your shit wired tight, like our head likes to say, our head brother in our camp likes to say, man. Just stay in the spirit, stay locked in, man. And then the Most High, he not gonna put nothing on you can't handle, and he gonna whatever situation you gonna get put in, man. Michael gonna be there, or the Most High, just gonna send his angels in general to encamp round about you, man, to bring you out of your times of fear, man.
Yeah. If you part of the elect, the Most High got you,
Yeah. So this darkness ain't gonna overtake us, man. This darkness that the Most High is about to bring, man. All right. So, hey, with that, man, that was the point. Lord's bringing darkness to Egypt, man, and he's showing us, little samples out in the world right now, man, of what the Most High's, he's about to bring, man. All right, so pretty much we want to end this lesson off by saying Barakatah Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawashai,
Barakatah
Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawashai,
Barakatah Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawah,
Barakatah Yahawashai,
Barakatah Yahawashai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakha, Quadash.
Quadash.
You want to say Shalom.
Shalom.
Ball.
Baba Ball.